Welcome to this explainer. I'm really glad you're here joining me today. When you step outside in the evening and look up at the night sky, everything seems so calm, doesn't it? It feels quiet, still, and incredibly peaceful. But the truth is, that dark sky is secretly filled with just unbelievable, fast-moving objects drifting through the universe at speeds we can hardly even comprehend. And the deeper scientists look into that darkness, well, the stranger space becomes. So get comfortable and let's explore this together. So what is floating above you right now? It's really easy to just think of the moon or maybe the familiar stars we see every clear night. But right now, high above your head, there are completely invisible planets. There are stars so gigantic our brains can barely make sense of them. There are even these dark holes that are so unimaginably powerful they actually bend light itself. Some of these things are beautiful, some are definitely very weird, and today we're going on a gentle cosmic safari to discover all of them. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Section 1. Planets without suns. We are so used to our own bright, warm sun keeping us company every single day, it's honestly kind of hard to imagine anything else. But I want you to imagine a rogue planet. This is a world with absolutely no sun, no daylight, an endless night, drifting through space completely alone. You see, long ago these planets were actually thrown right out of their solar systems. And without a sun, well, there's no sunrise, just an endless, quiet night. Imagine standing on one of these frozen worlds. Scientists actually believe they might even have deep oceans hidden underneath miles and miles of thick ice. Standing there, you would just be looking up into total, complete darkness, forever. And we aren't just talking about one or two lonely planets out there. Scientists think there could be billions of these rogue planets floating through our very own galaxy, entirely alone in the dark. Billions! It's just a brilliant reminder of the sheer, mind-boggling scale of our universe.
Section 2. Stars bigger than imagination.
Okay, so we're leaving the cold, total darkness of those rogue planets and traveling toward blinding, massive light. Think about our tiny sun for a second, which provides all the warmth and light for our whole world. It seems absolutely huge to us, right? But then there's a giant star called UY Scuti. Some stars out there are so gigantic, they make our sun look like a literal tiny speck of dust. To put it in perspective, if the enormous star UY Scuti magically replaced our sun right now, the Earth wouldn't just be orbiting it. No, our entire planet would literally be swallowed up inside the star itself.
You could fit billions of Earths inside some of these stars. I just want to let that settle in your mind for a second. The universe builds things on a scale that is almost impossible for our human brains to easily imagine. We are part of something incredibly grand.
Section 3. The Strangest Dead Stars.
So what actually happens when those giant, brightly burning stars finally run out of energy? Well, they collapse inward and become what's known as a neutron star. It's basically an unbelievably dense, collapsed dead star. Because the star has squished down so much, the material inside is packed incredibly tight. In fact, if you could somehow take a tiny, regular-sized kitchen spoon and scoop up a little bit of a neutron star, that single spoonful would weigh more than an entire mountain right here on Earth.
And, as if being that heavy wasn't strange enough, imagine an object about the size of a regular city. Now imagine that entire city-sized object spinning around hundreds of times every single second. It's spinning faster than a kitchen blender making a smoothie. That is exactly what a neutron star does. Like I said, the universe is wonderfully weird.
Section 4. Black holes. Let's smoothly transition to objects that are even more mysterious. A black hole. This is an object with gravity that is so unimaginably strong, absolutely nothing can escape its pull, not even light itself. And because no light can escape, we literally can't look inside them, which means scientists still don't know exactly what happens in there. Some black holes are relatively small, but others are supermassive. In fact, right at the very center of our own galaxy, there's a giant black hole larger than millions of suns combined.
Now, don't worry, I know that sounds intense, but they are very, very far away. We are perfectly safe here on Earth. These objects are incredibly fascinating to study and learn about from a distance, and there is absolutely zero danger to us. We can just sit back, relax, and be completely amazed by how powerful space can be.
Section 5. Space is completely silent.
Let's pivot away from gravity and light for a moment and think about our ears. Why does space have no sound? It's not because things out there aren't making noise. It's actually because sound waves need something to travel through, like the air we breathe here on Earth. But space is mostly empty. There's simply no air. So, if you were an astronaut floating outside your spaceship, watching a giant star explode right in front of you, you would hear absolutely nothing, just endless, peaceful silence. Section 6. You are looking into the past.
Are you ready for one of the absolute coolest facts in the entire universe? Looking up at the night sky is actually a literal form of time travel. Here's how it works. Years and years ago, light leaves a distant star. Then, because space is just so huge, that light spends hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years simply traveling across the dark emptiness. Finally, tonight, that exact ray of light reaches your eye here on Earth. That means the stars you see tonight aren't showing you what the universe looks like right now. They're showing you the universe exactly as it looked a very long time ago. Space is basically a giant time machine.
Section 7. The invisible universe.
So, we've talked about bright stars and dark planets, but now we arrive at what might be the biggest mystery of all: dark matter. It's a mysterious, completely invisible substance. Scientists believe it acts like a kind of cosmic glue that helps hold entire galaxies together. But here's the amazing part. Nobody knows exactly what it is. Just imagine that for a second. Most of the universe around us might be completely invisible, just waiting to be discovered.
Sometimes thinking about how massive and mysterious space is can make us feel a little small. But remember this, the universe is filled with wonders we are only beginning to understand. Every single new discovery teaches us something incredible. Space isn't scary, it's a giant, magical puzzle just waiting to be solved.
So, as we wrap up our cosmic safari today, let's just quickly review what is happening right this very second. While our Earth spins quietly, out there in the dark, rogue planets are drifting. Giant stars billions of times bigger than our home are burning across galaxies. Black holes are bending light itself, and so many hidden mysteries are just floating silently, waiting for us. And that actually brings me to the most important point of this entire explainer. The next great space explorer could be you. It takes a curious mind to look up at the dark sky and ask questions. It takes real imagination to figure out how rogue planets or dark matter works. Your curiosity is exactly what the world needs to unlock the rest of these incredible secrets. I'm going to leave you with this final question to think about tonight. What impossible secret of the universe will your curiosity discover? The universe is bigger, stranger, and far more magical than we ever imagined. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and definitely keep looking up. Thank you so much for exploring the strange and wonderful things in space with me today. Until next time, stay curious.